Okay, welcome to our team call tonight. Thank you guys for hopping on. I want to talk a little bit first about a few things. So, Super Saturday. If you guys don't have your Super Saturday tickets, look for your area and get your Super Saturday tickets. The next one is October 20th. And it's just like the perfect time. It's kind of in the middle of all the holiday season where, like, not gonna lie, you guys, this fourth quarter isn't easy because people are so busy. They have all the holidays. They're worried about buying Christmas presents. They're not really worried about getting in shape right now because they're like, I can wear big baggy sweaters and leggings and I don't even care. And so this Super Saturday in October is so awesome to make sure you get to that because it's right in the middle of everything and it will just fuel your fire to keep pushing and keep going. And that's what events are for. That's what they like. I never miss events. I never miss team calls. I never miss events because those types of things are what is going to keep you going when you start getting frustrated. So make sure you get your Super Saturday. I'm super excited because if you're in Utah, Chris Downing is coming to our Super Saturday, and Kate Morgan, which she is killing it. She's been a coach for 8 months, 6-star diamond, number 13 in the company right now. So crazy. Like, she is just hustling. So I'm going to talk a little bit about her tonight and some things that I learned from her that has just really helped me get out of my own way. And then Lift 4 is just on sale till the end of this month, $10 off. So keep pushing that so that you guys can have like a rocking Lift 4 group in October when it launches. And what else? Oh, 2B Mindset certification. So you guys, I have been listening to the 2B Mindset certification videos. And if you're not into 2B Mindset yet and you haven't really gotten thought about doing the certification, I just want to tell you guys, maybe you should think twice because I just feel like it's one more tool we have in our tool belts to be crazy amazing coaches. And that is the one thing that most people, hey Donna, that most people struggle with in this journey is their nutrition. So if you can get 2B Mindset certified, that is just so many awesome tips that you can help people break through their mindset barriers of their nutrition. Because I didn't realize myself how bad my emotional eating and all these ties I had to certain foods were until I started going through 2B Mindset, and now 2B Mindset certification brings it to a whole new level, and it just goes into the science of it all. So when people don't really understand, well, why do we drink water first? And why is it so important to fill up on veggies or whatever? You learn all of the science behind it so you can just explain it to them, and it's so much easier for people to stick to it if they are clear on why they're doing it. So if you guys haven't, go do it. I just think you would be so happy that you did it. JC is on. I think you'd be so happy that you did it, and it will just give you that one more thing that will really, really help you be an awesome coach. I have been implementing little things I'm learning into my challenge group because even though a few of my people don't have the 2B Mindset or anything like that, I still am using the little principles to help them with things keep your breakfast the same every day. And then I can implement why Shakeology is so freaking awesome, because you don't even have to think about that, and it can be your breakfast every day. You don't have to think about it, and it's just so simple. So anyways, I could not be more excited to be getting certified in 2B Mindset, and it's only $99 right now. It will probably go up to $200 pretty soon. So if you guys haven't done it, I highly recommend you do it, because it will not only help you on your journey, help you dig a little deeper into your own nutrition, but it'll help you have those tools to help other people. Okay, so you guys, I wrote a whole bunch of things throughout today and yesterday of what I want to talk about, and it's so funny because the National Wake Up Call was right along with what I want to talk about this week. And so if you guys haven't listened to that, it was so good, but I will be sharing a little bit of that in here. But I just want to talk about owning your business and taking complete ownership. Oh, Donna's on here twice.
Oh, no, can you see?
She's like everywhere. Okay, so I just want to talk about how important it is to take ownership of your business, to not give away your power, because taking ownership of your business makes you into a better leader, makes you into a better coach, makes you be able to like bring on other rock star coaches that will run with you. And in the National Wake Up Call, she talks about how there's two types of coaches. One coach is not quite sure like what they want to do with the business, and they're just like maybe not ready right now to just jump all in. The other coach is like an all-in coach and takes complete ownership of their business. And she kind of explained the difference of the two coaches. And I'm like, it is such a good thing to like understand those things, because she talked about if you are kind of a half-in coach, you're not sure what you want to do, you're probably the coach that's going to say, go to your coach and say, hey, do you have a free group I can add my people to? And if you're an all-in coach, then you're going to go to your coach and you're going to say, hey, I want to run a free group. Help me figure out how to do this. You know, you want to learn how to do it, and you want to run with it. And I think there's so much power in running your own groups. Like, there's been several times when we have, as a team, like just stuck them in together and we ran them together, and it's fun. But I have really learned that it makes me not as good of a coach when I do that. I slack a lot. I don't show up in the group like I should. I get lazy. And so I have learned for myself, I would much rather run my groups because I show up. I take ownership of that group, and I get up early so that I can post early. I jump in there every day and do fun tips for them. And it's just a whole different feel when you own that group. When you feel like you don't own that group and it's all these other coaches running it, you don't jump in there and you don't take ownership and you don't take leadership in the group. And that's the same with your whole coaching journey. Like, if you, expect to just put your coaches in with your upline coaches, or, like never run your own sneak peeks and never do these like extra things that can just help you get that leadership, then it's kind of like giving your power to the other coach. And I think too, like your challengers, I even had a couple of my challengers reach out and they're like, Katie, I love it when you run a group with us because you show up in there. Like we joined you, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so true. Like, I get so relaxed. And so it's kind of the same with running your own sneak peeks. They jump into your sneak peek to see you, to hear your story, to know why you love this business so much, to know what it's done for you. And if like you're adding them to your upline sneak peek and they're not seeing you in there, then it just kind of takes that power away from you. So there's kind of a lot of little things like the sneak peeks, running a free group once a month is so huge, you guys. I got away from doing that, and that was my bread and butter in this business in the beginning. Like, that was where all my challengers came from. Because if you're a new coach or even a seasoned coach, it is so easy to invite people to something free because everybody loves free. And it kind of gets you out of that stuck feeling of not knowing how to invite because you feel super comfortable inviting to a free group. So that's what I would do is at the beginning of the month, I would invite tons of people to my free group. And then from that free group, I just give them so much value, like workouts and recipes. And I was in their live every day and doing all these things. And then in the background, I messaged every single person in that group and asked them if they had health and fitness goals. And then it just rolled them into, I would say, well, awesome, because I actually run other groups. And I would explain what my other groups were. And that was so much easier for me because it was like, you already have them, you're already giving them like so much value. And then you just roll them over into a challenge group if that's a good fit for them. So running your own free groups are so vital, I think, for your business, whether it's just to help you grow those relationships a little bit more. It also, like, I have learned so much in my free groups. I remember running my first one. I was only like 2 weeks into my journey, and I'm like, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to run a free group. And I jump in, and I'm like, I was so scared because I didn't even know how to eat clean. Like, I was just so brand new to this. But when people would message me, like, what's a good creamer for my coffee? Or what can I do that would switch this out to be a little bit more healthy? I would Google everything. And I learned so much in those free groups because people were just asking me question after question that I had no clue what the answer was. And Google became my best friend. So anyways, run your free groups. Run a sneak peek. Like, get out of your own way and just start inviting people to a sneak peek and just share your story. You don't have to go into the depths of Beachbody and how you make money and how all these things, because they're not wanting Beachbody because of like the logistics. They're wanting Beachbody because you inspired them, and they want to do what you're doing because you're so happy and they just want to do what you're doing. So taking ownership of your business is so important, you guys. And I think on top of taking ownership for your business, having a growth mindset is everything. Like, don't have like a limited bare minimum mindset. Have a growth mindset. Because in these last 4 years of being a coach, things have changed so much. Like, I used to be able to do a post on Facebook and get 1 million comments, and I had so many people to talk to. Now I do a post and like nobody even sees it, and it's just so different. Like, you have to work so much harder to get your stuff out in front of people. It seems like the way things are changing, but because you have a growth mindset and because you want to make this work, then you're going to keep trying and you're going to keep, going and failing forward and doing all the things until you find something that clicks and something that works. And so I know, like, Insta stories are like a huge new thing. And there's a lot of coaches that are just so scared to do Insta stories. But you just got to get out of your own way and realize, like, I am here to inspire. I am here to help people. I have a gift that can change somebody's life. And if I don't push that little button and talk, like, I feel like sometimes I'm like on video all day just sharing my whole life. But it's amazing how that little Insta story can help people just feel like they know you and feel like they trust you because they have seen your mess, your hot mess. They have seen, your hard days, your good days. You have given them, like, I had a few people the other day tell me, like, yeah, I watch your Insta stories because I eat what you eat. Like, when you share something that you eat, I go make that, and that's what I eat. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I better start sharing more of that, more of my food, because obviously that's what people want. So it's just this awesome platform to be able to give more and really just share more and add value to your marketplace, and so that they know that you're here to help them. You're not here to just make a quick sell. You're here giving them free value like every single day. Okay, so that growth mindset, you guys. So our challenge packs that we bought and signed up this awesome business was like, mine was 140 bucks. I bought the PIO challenge pack on sale for 140 bucks. And at the time, it was like crazy. I could not even afford it. My mom had to buy it for me. And so I do it, and then I didn't sign up as a coach because she didn't give me the option, but that's really what I wanted to do. So then I had to pay the $40. Again, that was like super hard for me to figure out how to do. Like everything was hard, but then like you look at this and you think, okay, so now to me, like that does not seem like that much money because of the value you get and all of the amazing stuff that you get with it. And now you get 10 times more for that amount of money. But I think sometimes we have this mindset that because it was only $140, $160, that it's not worth that much money. And what we need to realize is we are sitting on a multi-million-dollar business. This business can be anything you want it to be. It can pull you out of the darkest times. It can buy you that house that you want. It can help you take your family on family vacations. It can grow this amazing community of women that will change. Not only will you be able to change their life, but they will change your life. And I think sometimes because it wasn't that much money, we don't treat it like a multi-million-dollar business that it is. And if we did, we would take 100% ownership. And we would, I mean, if you put $1 million into this business, you'd be like, okay, like I have to make this work. I cannot go to bed until I invite people tonight. I cannot go to bed until I set up this group and rock it out. I cannot go to bed until I do all of the things, because you put $1 million into it and you're not going to waste that, right? But because we only paid $140, $160, sometimes it's easy to say, oh, I'll get to it tomorrow. Or, oh, I didn't do anything this week, but next week will be better. And you know, that is not what's going to get us to where we want to be in this business. All that it takes, you guys, it's simple. Like, we know what to do. And I think a lot of times, like, we feel like we need a secret. We need to hear the secret. We need to do the next training. We need to keep, you know, sit and listen to trainings all day long. And all that it is to go down your followers on Instagram and invite them to do this with you. Like, seriously, that's all it is. That's where your business is going to grow. We can spend all this time like making fun graphics and making amazing posts and doing all these things, but where you're going to get your return and your money and your team and fill your challenge groups is inviting people. And I think too is a lot of times, because we hear so many things like, oh, you got to build that relationship. And sometimes we get stuck in building the relationship for like months. And you're like, where do I go with this? Like, we've been talking for months and months and months, and we're still in this same conversation. And so this is what I want to talk to you guys about that I learned from Kate Morgan. So I was talking to Shar about this the other day because she was just kind of feeling stuck. And I'm like, you know, like, if people are following us, we have a fitness account on Instagram. They stepped into our business. They want to follow us because we inspired them in one way or another. And they know what we're doing. They know we have a business. And so it's not a weird thing to reach out to people who you haven't like built a huge relationship with and invite them. And I have a little story about that because one day I was torn. I'm like, do I just go send out a ton of invites, or do I go build some relationships and send invites later? Like, I was just kind of torn. And I decided to do Kate Morgan's method, and I will show you guys. So I think I already showed you once, but you just fold the paper in half and you number the paper down both sides. And so there's 64 invites on a paper. And so I'm like, okay, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to go to everyone who, I'm going to go to a fitness post. This is what I did. I went to a fitness post. Everyone who had liked my post, I sent them a message. And I just said, hey, thank you so much for following my journey and supporting me. I actually run challenge groups, and I didn't call it that, but I said I actually run fitness and nutrition accountability groups, and I have a few more spots in my September group. Would you like more information, or are you just supporting my journey? And I sent it to like everybody. And out of that, I think I sold like 2 or 3 challenge packs, but I got this one girl that we started messaging back and forth. And it was seriously like a 5-minute conversation, and she bought a challenge pack. Like, we had no relationship built or anything. And we got talking, and she goes, well, I think I'm going to start doing keto. And so I gave her my little tidbit of thought on keto. And I just said, you know, my husband did keto for a while. He did really good at the moment. And then he gained like all of his weight plus some back as soon as he started eating normal. I'm like, we have this really awesome nutrition program that could help you learn how to eat for life. It's not just a diet like the keto diet, it's like a lifestyle. And she's like, oh my gosh, tell me more about it. I sent her a little video about 2B Mindset. She bought it like immediately. And she's in my challenge group. And she did a post in my challenge group the other day. And she just said, you know, she's like, I have been like so depressed, and I have had suicidal thoughts, and I have had all these things. And she's like, and then Katie showed up in my inbox, and she's like, this has changed my life. I've been doing this for a week. It was like, I think she started on Sunday. It was like Thursday or Friday when she posted this in our group, and she's like, I have lost 7 pounds since Sunday, and I have not been able to lose a pound for I don't know how long. She's like, no matter what I've tried, I can't lose any weight. And she's like, and Katie showed up in my inbox, and I am just so grateful. Like, what if she didn't invite me? And it kind of makes me like tear up, because that day, I sat there and debated, like, do I just send a bunch of cold invites to people I've never talked to? Or do I sit and try to build these relationships that drive me crazy sometimes? Because, you know, sometimes it's hard, because at one point you're not supposed to like really go in with an agenda. But at the same time, I kind of have one. I want to invite people to do this with me. You know what I mean? I'm not here to sell them some weird thing and run away. I am here because I want to change their life. Like, this has changed my life. So if I would not have sat there and went through and invited every single person that liked that post that day, I wouldn't have found her right at the verge of her major depression. She's about to go do the keto diet, and I happened to message her at the exact time she needed me to message her. And so I just want you guys to think about that, and think about, like, what is holding you back? What is holding you back from just screaming this from the rooftops and inviting your little hearts out? Because there are so many people out there that need us that we don't even realize that need us. And it wasn't until I just started messaging people. I just got out of my own way. I used to do a post and wait for people to comment and message the people that commented. And I have learned that you can't do that. If you want to grow in this business, if you want to fill your challenge groups, if you want more people to work with and more people to help, you have to personally invite people, and you have to do it without even thinking twice. Like, just come up with your message that you want to send, go to your followers, type in A, and message it to every single A name in your followers and walk away. Like, don't even think twice. And just know, like, I just planted a ton of seeds that could change somebody's life, because there could be someone sitting there wishing they had this. And you just can't hold that to yourself. You can't hold it in your mouth. You gotta get out there and share it with people. Okay, so let me see what else I was gonna talk to you guys about. So back when I started, they used to say, like, well, my coach would tell me invite 30 people a day. And I did. I just 30 people a day, every single day, I invited 30 people a day. And then it's gotten to be like, oh, message 3 to 5 people a day. And honestly, like, now that's not the case. Like, if you just message 3 to 5 people a day, you're not going to get very far, and you're not going to, you have to message a lot more people than used to. And I think it's because there's so many network marketing companies out there now, and things are just so busy and changing in social media. Now it's a heck of a lot more. So I would set your bare minimum at 20 to 30 at bare minimum. If you want to grow like a 6-figure business, I would go for 50. Or I would go for this. Like, this is my goal. Every single day to fill up 2 columns, 64 invites every single day. And then you don't even have to think about it. You just do it. That's what you do every day. And if you want to do more, do more. Like, the more people you talk to, the more people you invite, the faster you're going to grow, the more people. And so what I've been kind of doing for my invites is I click on them. If they look like they're into fit, I make sure they're not Beachbody coaches. If they look like they go to the gym and they're into fitness, I send them a message straight to coaching. I just ask them, like, you are inspiring. Have you ever thought of doing what I do as an online health and fitness coach? And then I'm running a sneak peek on Thursday. So at first I was sending them like a video of some other coach. And then I decided it's time for me to take control of my own business. And so if they say, you know, I haven't really thought about it, but I would be interested, then I say, hey, I'm running a sneak peek on Thursday. Go shoot me a friend request on Facebook, and I will add you in there tomorrow, and you can check it out and let me know what you think. So I always have somewhere to put people. If they're into fitness, I invite them to coaching. If they don't really look like they are, then I invite them to my challenge group. If they can't afford it, I invite them to my free group that I'm going to run in a couple of weeks. So I don't just walk away from a conversation and say, okay, see you later. Like, I invite them to a sneak peek, or I invite them to my challenge group, or I let them go to my free group. But I keep a hold of them because I want them to know I'm not just in it for the sale. If they can't buy it right now, I'm here to help them. So, so I think that is about all that I had. But I just want you guys to know, like, you have the power to make this whatever you want to make it. You can do this. Like, you can. It's not just like this amazing coach over here, you know, had a huge following, had a viral post. Like, that's why she's so amazing. It's really that she's invited more people, talked to more people, added more people to her network, and was more consistent with her vital behaviors. So you just need to write out your goals. What is your end of the year goal? Because I have been listening to the 12-week year. You can all make whatever your end of the year goal is happen by the end of the year. I'm in this group, a Push to Elite group, and Holly Hillier did a call for us this week. She is a rock star. She's in the top 10. And she was talking about, like, setting expectations for your coaches. All of her coaches know that they go emerald in a week, diamond in 90 days. She's like, I don't even talk about anything else. That's just what they do because that's their expectations and that's what they do. And so I think sometimes we like make it too hard. We set expectations too low. And so everyone just kind of stays stuck in the same place where if you just shoot for those huge goals, set a date, like know what you're going to have happen by this date, whether it's a money goal, whether it's a rank goal, whether it's I'm going to have 5 new coaches on my team by this date, you know, whatever it may be, like don't just throw it out there and kind of go like, this is what I want to have happen. Like you need to know a date, a time frame, and you need to hold yourself to that and push like no other. Reverse engineer it. Like, what do you have to do to make that goal happen? So Holly, she said she was stuck at the same rank for like a really long time. I think she's like a 1-star diamond. And she's getting really frustrated because her coaches were doing nothing and she's just getting in her own head. And she finally decided to take control of her own business. And she's like, I just decided I can control my husband's account. So I'm going to grow him to diamond. And she gave herself 2 weeks to grow him to diamond. And she did it. And she talked to 1,000 people in those 2 weeks. But she made it happen. And so like, it seems like a lot. It seems crazy. But the crazy thing is, if you put a goal there, a date there, and you do what it takes to make it happen, it will happen. Like, you can make it happen. So, anyways, I'm just super inspired by the whole just have a growth mindset, try new things, run fun groups, like, just make this business fun because that's what it is. Like, don't make it feel like a job. Don't make it feel like this thing that seems so hard because it's really not. It's just, you just got to do it. You just got to do the things you know you got to do. You don't need to go through trainings. You don't need to just show up on calls, go to events, do the vitals every single day. And, you know, if you're not getting to where you want to be, 10 times what you're doing, and you will. You'll get there. So did you guys have anything you wanted to add? Oh, Callie, the date for Super Saturday is October 20th. And our Utah one is going to be so amazing. Just so everyone knows. You should probably just come here and we could have like a retreat in Utah and go to Super Saturday together. Anyone want to say anything? No?
Oh, hang on. So this totally is exactly what I needed to hear today, Kate, because I like my Instagram has grown really fast, but I haven't done anything like with it. It went from, in 2 months, it's gone from 948 to almost, I will be hitting 5,000 in the next day or two. Mommy. And I'm like, oh, yummy. Yeah.
And we're doing Social 21, you guys. So if you guys want the information, 21 Social. I can send you guys the information.
Yeah. So, anyway, but I'm like, I have not, I mean, other than the messages that they send out for me, I have not just started messaging people that have commented or liked or whatever on my, either my stories or my posts and stuff. And I'm like, how easy would that be? Like, seriously, you're right. They have stepped into my business. They have come here for a reason. There may be one person like the girl that you were talking about that needs us. It's our responsibility to take action and just get out of our own way. I have in big, bold, capital letters on my notes, what in the heck is holding me back? Because it's just ridiculous. But anyway, so I'm going to do that tonight. I'm going to sit down and just start messaging people. So I needed that. So thank you.
Yep. And one thing that I've been doing on my little sheet is I've been highlighting like the ones that respond back to me that I invited to a challenge group. I highlight them in yellow. The ones that I invite to coaching and respond back, I highlight them in blue. And then if the coaching ones want in my sneak peek, I put a star by them so that I can add them. And then if the challenge group ones just want in my free group, then I write free next to them. So, and then all the ones that I highlight, I'm going to also add to my streak. I've been horrible at streak, but that is like a goal of mine to like start getting everybody in there so that we can start collecting emails and make things more streamlined and easy. But yeah, I think that's the thing. We've just got some little thing holding us back. And it's like it's funny because I was talking to Shar the other day and she's just so like not knowing what to do. And I said, Shar, sit down, go down like one post and start messaging everybody on that post. And she did it. And she messaged me and she's like, oh my gosh, Katie, I have so many conversations. Like I was so stuck with no conversations. And now all of a sudden, like I have all these conversations going. And it's really just opening the door, like for them to have the conversation with you. We make it harder than it has to be. So anything else, my loves? No? Are you still alive, Donna, in your hurricane? I've been worried about the hurricane. I've been worried about Jaylee and the fire. Jaylee's in the middle of a big old fire.
Oh gosh, bless you. We are good. Thank goodness. We're good. Kids are back in school today. No damage locally. There's lots of places in North Carolina that unfortunately were hit hard, but we were spared. So I'm thankful.
Your beach house good?
We go Thursday. So from the outside, it looks good. Let's just hope there were no leaks or any things like that inside. But I'll find out on Thursday.
Hey, let us know.
Yes, and I love that story of your challenger. That's awesome.
I know.
So good.
That made me really realize, like, you guys, we just never know.
Nope.
Like, we never know.
Well, look what it did for us, right? So,
yep.
Good things. Good things.
All good things.
All right, friends. Have a good night.
Yay, see you guys.
Bye.